Today, we start our rebuild of the UAB Blazers in College Football 25, a team that wasn't without a football program as recently as 2016. I've got my UAB hat on, I've got my green shirt on, and I am locked and loaded and ready to rebuild this team in College Football 25, so let's just get into it. Before you can start a rebuild, we need a coach. So here we have CF Budge, which is our coach that's going to lead us to the promised land here. Arizona State, that's my alma mater, as you can see on all the sliders. Nothing too crazy. We're going with the only cool-looking outfit. And here it is, a 3-year contract at UAB with our goal, win 4 games in our first year with the Blazers. You can see in 2016 and 2015, there was no program here. And their conference titles that came recently were in the Conference USA, not the American. So the American, a much tougher conference and a tall task for this program coming off a 4-win season. So we signed the contract and recruiting, discovering some gems. Cantrell here with 92 throw power. That's somebody to keep an eye on. He's in Alabama. That's a pipeline state. So definitely something to look for. And then another guy, Spencer Carr from Fairfield, Alabama at 93 speed. So a couple that are pretty interesting there. With the schedule, didn't tweak it too much from real life, but I did plop a road game at Florida State late in there for a bit of a challenge, which I may regret later on. But we've got our first game at home against FCS East. The boys are coming out fired up, but honestly, the stand's a little too empty for my liking. That's something we're going to fix. We've got this early strike to Thomas for the Blazers. Jacob Zeno, our veteran quarterback, cooking. And then this touchdown run just after that. We got off to a fast start. It's 7-0 only, I thought, and then I shanked the PAT. So it's actually only 6-0, but we get the stop. And then how about this return by Hooks? We are going all the way to the house. One of the best returnmen in the country already, and it's clearly going to be a weapon for us this year. So we're off to a very, very fast start. It's already 13-0. Get the ball back. Zeno hands it off. It's BB. We're already up 19-0 on FCS East. So exactly what you look to do. And then, of course, we shank another PAT. Out comes FCS East. They may run the option, but their quarterback can absolutely sling it, a big downfield strike, and then another one across the middle. They get a 1st and goal, and why not one more for them? So FCS East, clearly the Astronauts not going to go down lightly here. That is the half in this game, a 19-10 lead for UAB. Isaiah Jacobs, our running back, who had that early score, so far the player to keep an eye on. So the second half has started, and how about that? An interception by Lee, a huge play, and all of a sudden we're in business. It's 1st and goal right near the very start, and once again, it's Thomas. He jukes out a defender and scores on the screen play, so it's a 27-10 lead. But FCS East, like I said, they are not going to go down lightly. A touchdown on a run play there, so it's 17-27. And then a mistake by Jacob Zeno. It's an interception, and FCS East nearly returns it all the way to the house, but gets tracked down. So now here comes the Astronauts completing a play to number 26, who just went total beast mode on his way to the end zone. So suddenly the 17-point lead that was once safe trimmed down to just 3. Luckily, BB scores here, and then an answer by FCS East, but it was too little too late for the Astronauts, able to kneel the ball and end the game as UAB. So a 1-0 start to the season. Second game is also at home, this one against Louisiana Monroe. So a slightly tougher opponent for the Blazers here, and they're ready to face General Booty with perhaps the most iconic name in all of sports. And coming out the gates once again pretty fast is UAB. A nice run by BB. Zeno looking, scrambling with himself, takes it in, touchdown, early lead once again. It's kind of UAB's signature, starting fast, and then General Booty assisting with that fast start. A pick 6 by Watson, Tariq Watson. So 14-0. However, ULM not going to go down quietly. They score a touchdown pretty rapidly on the other end. And then Zeno with a costly mistake. And how about returning the favor? It's a pick 6 for Louisiana Monroe as well. So we're knotted at 14 midway through the second quarter. Then with a 3-point lead now, ULM finds the end zone with just a minute left before the half. A tough look. Not the way UAB wanted that half to shake out, and looking to score again, but instead a fumble and a huge turnover forced, and the critical 4th down conversion by BB, and it sets up UAB in the red zone, and there is the tight end, a touchdown to make it a 3-point game. UAB trying to stop ULM on a critical 3rd down, and they do, so they'll get the shot on offense, down only 3. Here they face a critical 4th down, and this one is stopped. So ULM gets the football back again. They hit this field goal to make it a 6-point game, but UAB with one last breath, under 20 seconds left in the game. They've got 13 seconds here on this 2nd down and 10. 4 wide receivers split out wide. Zeno needs to make something happen. He has a man with a step downfield, and it is dropped by Shanks. So it leads to a 4th down conversion that's failed, and ULM beats UAB, getting their first win of the season and handing UAB their first loss of the season. The player of the game, the guy that had the pick 6, Steven Saywan. And so UAB drops to 1-1, a pretty heartbreaking loss at home, especially after the fast start. But it's one of the things that can happen. Next game, going to be a tricky one. But for UAB, they tried to defend their home turf, and they just couldn't. General Booty, too much to overcome, and ULM able to pull off a bit of an upset victory. So this leaves us with our Week 3 game against Arkansas. They're 2-0. We're 1-1. That'll be a next episode where we'll tackle probably the next couple of games. But let me know what you thought about the format this was done in. This is my first real college football 25 Dynasty. So I know a lot of people prefer to consume series like this in different ways. So let me know your feedback, what you thought about it so far. And hopefully we can right the ship, pull off a crazy win at Arkansas. But until next time, guys, thanks for tuning in for this episode of the UAB Rebuild.